Marvel and DC continue to be in this competition to produce the worst comics every week, every month, every time. One has to try and one up the other or something like that. So this time around, I'm going to talk about Hawkgirl #1 from Jadzia Axlerod. I know if you're thinking Jadzia Axlerod is a made-up name, it actually really is a made-up name because the person who's using this name, I think, is non-binary or something, so decided to take the name Jadzia Axlerod, and Jadzia comes from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I think the Shrill, they call them. It's kind of like they were parasites or something like that. But it's a ridiculous made-up name. And what you see, what they do in this Hawkgirl #1 absolutely shows everything that is wrong with modern comics. It doesn't do anything to say to make anything good. No, it just produces the same garbage it always does. It starts off with some fight going on in Metropolis, and Hawkgirl is there with Black Canary, Superman, and Power Girl. And of course, they are all just worried about her, kissing her ass, telling her, they're concerned that she's so good and they want to help, and talking about how now that the Justice League has been disbanded here, because that's going to last. They're worried about her, and she just moved to Metropolis, and she's always been on a team, and they want to help. It's really ridiculous. And then, Black Canary is there. Are you going to stay here and not fly away with the League gone? You must be lonely. And she's there, but I carry the memories of millions of previous lives every moment of every day. I'm never lonely. And then you literally see a shot of her curled up on the ground there, like she's lonely, because in this book she's a lonely, depressed individual, because that's how they have to put everything for everybody. Continues on, more talking back and forth, and the amount of word bubbles, boy, my God, it's really ridiculous. And then when she does get hit and she's falling and her wings don't open, she's there, but no one's coming to save me. They think I can save myself. Joke's on them. Let this be the end of it then. Are you suicidal? That's what I'm trying to understand. Well, this is how they're writing this book. I mean, last time I remember, I think Hawkgirl was married to Hawkman. I don't know what they've done. All of this drama, it's just ridiculous. But she is there literally. Well, I'm just ready to go. Let it end. Ay, boy. But then, of course, she gets saved by Galaxy. And Galaxy is the real person that this book is supposed to be about. It's just Hawkgirl is in there for a reason while they kind of push Galaxy along. And Galaxy is some alien woman who could manipulate energy and stuff. And they did a book on her a while back. She's an alien who pretended to be a man who's really a woman, pretending to be a man who's a woman. Some nonsense like that. You understand me? She shows up there, she saves Hawkgirl, and then, lickety split, she just stops these alien things that are literally invading, because she could just turn them off or something like that, because she's Galaxy and she's absolutely amazing and she wants to help, and Hawkgirl tells her that, leave it to the professionals and all of that, and that was the end of that. Then, of course, we have to get into what it is they really want to push in this book. You understand me? As much lesbianism, as much gender identity, as much nonsense as possible. So Hawkgirl goes to meet some friend that she had in college, and she's there, but the friend is there. Hawkgirl tell me about your new look. Abilene, I didn't even recognize you when I first walked up. She'll go, yeah, I was a bit of a church mouse in college. This was her. And then she's just completely changed her look now. And she goes on about, you remember the wedding? And we're going to know I didn't go. I had a thing that day. Right. That's right. Well, I got married junior year because I'm an idiot. And listen to how it goes. I really thought that being married to this man, pledging my life to him, was everything I wanted. But once I got it, I realized it wasn't what I wanted at all. There were outside forces pushing me into being somebody I wasn't comfortable being. I hoped being married would mean I wouldn't have to worry about all the parts of me that were messy. But the parts of yourself that you hide never go away. Like, what the hell does any of this have to do with this story? Nothing. But they just need to push this everything into some kind of weird identity politics shit. So then she goes on now, of course, because she's got tattoos and piercings and part of her head is shaved, and she starts about, so I'm exploring who I am. I'm divorced, I'm gay, I might not be a woman, still poking that with a stick. We'll see where I end up. Every time, these writers cannot remove themselves from this book. They love this self-insert shit, and it goes nowhere, pisses off fans, yet they just keep doing it. And she goes on, but it's funny, I've always admired you and your outspokenness. You always seem to know exactly who you are and what you wanted to tell the world. And apparently when Hawkgirl was in college, she had a shaved head. She was in some Black Lives Matter protest that was talking about FU cups. That's what happened, because as far as I remember, was Hawkgirl kind of like a space police officer or something for her planet, or she was a police officer on Earth or something like that. But no, again, you don't care about any of these things. You're just throwing random crap out there and hoping that, it sticks for some reason. That's it. Yeah, boy. So, of course, Hawkgirl goes on about how depressed her life is, and yet another shot of her curled up on the ground. And then, the newly gay woman who might be a woman, might not be a woman, has to shoot a shot. And she's like, well, Metropolis is a great place to start over. I'm so glad you're here. You're staying, right? Far as I know. So do I have a shot then? Am I your type with those arms? Absolutely. Oh my God, boy. And then she just shoots her down. I'm flattered, really. I am, but I'm not looking for a romantic relationship right now, or any sort of relationship. In fact, I don't think I have any direction in my life at all. Yeah, because that's going to stay. She's clearly going to end up being a lesbian at some point. That's just what they're going at. And of course, the woman who was literally just hitting on her is shocked by this, because, as far as she's concerned, she should have taken her right on the table right there. So she gets up to leave. I will say, however, that, Hawkgirl does have some nice abs in this shot, but other than that, you could tell exactly where this story is going. It's a waste of time. So Hawkgirl calls up Batman, because apparently you could just call him up anytime you bloody well want, to get some information on Galaxy. And Batman, has all the information imaginable about Galaxy. 5 foot 11 inches tall, 22 years old, born on the planet CND, came to Earth 12 years ago. She adopted the name Taylor Bazenley, and while living in a small town of Ozma Gap. Yeah, all kind of information Batman does have on this Galaxy, because, Batman has to know everybody's business. That's what's going on. Then, of course, Hawkgirl has to talk, so has to take some more time to talk about how depressed her life is, and she's about how, what I wore this mask so people wouldn't see who I am, and then I wore it so people would see who I am, and then I got rid of it only to pick it up again. Is this still my face, or is it someone else's I borrowed? My abuela had a pin she wore all the time. Is this mask like that? And it's the fact that I'm talking to myself, well, I don't even freaking care, boy. Honestly, it's a waste of time. Then of course, we go over to the person who this book is really supposed to be about, Galaxy, who's living in some metropolis skyrise with her body-positive, pink-haired lesbian girlfriend. That's what they're going with, and they have to take some time to make out with each other, because that's what you need in this book. Right before Hawkgirl magically shows up in their living room and just crashes right there. And that's the story. We got a couple pages of members of the somehow disbanded, soon to come back together Justice League kissing Hawkgirl's ass. She constantly talking about how she's fine, but she's really depressed inside, wanting to accept death for some reason, then meeting up with the person who this book is really supposed to be about, Galaxy, before going to see her new shaved head, pierced gay friend who may or may not be a woman and wants to bone her, and setting up for that before she ends up eventually crash landing right back by Galaxy. Another waste of a book. They just keep making these garbage titles and acting like this is somehow, some kind of literary masterpiece. It's not. You've taken these characters who had something built up around them and just thrown it aside. The minute they announced this Hawkgirl #1, I knew this was going to be the case. They cannot put out anything without it being garbage anymore. Literally can't put out anything. Anytime that they're doing these heroes, they always have to be so depressed and fed up and sick and then they want to do it and lives to this and that and the other. Or they just end up right back in this. They can't tell these stories about these heroes rising up and doing anything. No, it's just an excuse to push gender identity and as much queerness as possible. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. You have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. You like the video, try to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell notify every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.